All right, welcome back, everyone. We're going to be doing another ladder live. And I know the last time I swore off the ship mons, but I saw this Camerupt team pop up in ADV Revival, and I had to give the team a go. So skip ahead to the time in the description if you don't want to be spoiled on ADVR, but I'm going to just quickly go through the game and replay that I saw this team in. So we've got Gorgeous versus Christos for the semifinals of ADV Revival, which is one of the biggest ADV tournaments of the year. And the winner of this game is actually guaranteed money, so it's a pretty high stakes game. This was game 2. Gorgie's back was against the wall, and he had to come up with something, and Camerupt was apparently the answer. So just to quickly go through what Camerupt did, came in on enemy Registeel, which obviously it's good at doing, and got a lot of damage off on Tyranitar, and the Flamethrower off on Claydol. Came back in on Registeel, used the Subtact to get a little damage off on the Salamence, and came back in on Registeel, again, shocking, and eventually it gets a boom off. Yeah, this turn it gets a boom off on the predicted double out here. So Camerupt got a ton of value. Basically went 2.5 for 1 and denied Registeel any momentum. So potentially Camerupt could be the answer to the new Registeel meta we're seeing. But anyways, Gorgie went on to win this game. Now the team itself, it's sort of a weird Cloyster slop hybrid because it's got, the Registeel and the N-Pert and the DD-Ments and the DD-Tar that are classics of the archetype, but it also has spikes and rapid spin, which is not super common. This Tar, you'll notice, has Silk Scarf and Hyper Beam. This was revealed in the replay. I have a feeling I'm going to regret running this because we're going to run into like every Smeargle and Jinx under the sun and really miss our Lumberry. But in theory, Hyper Beam can lead to some hype moments in Aura, so we'll see about that. Other than that, we've got the standard Spadef Mets, N-Pert, Spadef Registeel. Now this Camerupt, honestly, I have no idea how to EV it. This was the best I could come up with from the damage rolls in the replay. It's definitely max HP. It's definitely attack invested. I don't know about the rest of it, but I figured we'd speed creep Fortress, so that's why it's 118 speed. It also is like no special attack investment, which is interesting. I guess with just Flamethrower, like the threat of it is enough to scare out the things it wants to scare out. And Cloyster, I'm trying this sort of weird minus Spadef EV spread because I worship at the Church of Stat Efficiency, so lowering the lowest stat kind of makes a certain amount of sense from a raw numbers perspective. Now, obviously, this is going to make the Cloyster a lot worse at switching in on water types, which is not ideal. But I feel like on this team, we have a secondary water check in Registeel. Our Tar is going to be trading with a lot of them T1, so I feel like we can afford it potentially. I really wanted the speed to get a fast boom off, so we'll see about that. Also, I didn't want to go minus attack because I want the boom to be actually hitting pretty hard, so we'll see how that goes. I should note the point of Camerupt, it's actually seen occasionally in ADV, is it's a really good switch into Gengar and Zapdos. So this team where we have a Cloyster and a Registeel that both bring in Gengar pretty often, it's really nice to have a good switch in that can't be wisped and it doesn't take much damage from the typical coverage on most special attackers that aren't water types. So it's sort of a weird pseudo special wall despite having terrible defensive stats and terrible speed. But it can work, and fair warning, I've never tried this team, so we may lose a lot of elo. I'm hoping we don't because I'm still trying to climb out of elo hell here, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I think if I was laddering with this team and not just like purely trying to recreate what I saw in the replay, I think I would probably put Lumberry and Double Edge on the star. I don't really believe in Silk Scarf Hyper Beam for a ladder environment. Like, it's probably likely that he just saw in the scout that there was just no sleep leads from Christo, so he wasn't worried about seeing a Jinx or a Smeargle or whatever. Somehow feel like I've played this guy and it's CB Zap. I'm about to fall for it again. Okay, it's not. That's good. Interesting. So if it's timid, it actually can't kill me here. I think I want to dance again. So I think when you stay in and T-Bolt a Zap, it's like really suggesting Doug Trio in the back. If it's Doug Trio, it probably won't be Roar. I've revealed no lefties, so he's probably not going to T-Wave, because just gonna... It's just going to thud into a Lumberry, so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna Rock Slide. I think that makes the most sense. Sometimes they try to get cute and double out there to the Rock Resist, but at the very least, we've done some good damage with Tara. Unfortunately, with Hyper Beam, like, it's probably not going to clean. So this is offensive. Hyper Beam actually kills, which is fascinating. If it's offensive, like, I'm pretty happy to just do 70% though. And I may want to just take like the 30% chance to just win on the spot here. Because also this could miss 10% of the time, and that would be not ideal. Looks like can too. This defensive, like, okay, that's suspicious. Okay. Good start for once. Let's go again. Yeah, so I think just like the upside of occasionally winning on a crit or on a flinch is worth the risk of not killing a Coon we otherwise would have been able to. So again, I think the stay in and T-Bolt T1 play as Zap is like not super great in the current DD T1 meta, unless you have some way of stopping Atar from dancing twice. Now I think he low rolled, so that was unlucky for him on T1, but it could also be a bulkier Tar, and either way, like, you really need a way to stop Tar from dancing twice on you. So I think probably if you're playing T-Bolt T1, you want to have like Roar. Cements. I think we go Registeel. Could go to Arment. I'm gonna go Registeel. Okay, Metagross comes in. So usually they double out here, so you don't want to get T-waved or countered. I'm gonna go to Cloyster. Interesting. I guess we go to Camerupt. We get crit. It's not good. We're not dying to Psychic, though, most likely. Looks like a defensive Celebi. So I'm thinking this is probably... it's probably the unemployed 6, so it's probably triple natural cure, so Blissey, Deafme, and Skarmory. Would they stay in? I don't think so. I think they may only have HP Grass. I'm gonna EQ. Yeah. I was just thinking this army probably comes in. So, hmm. So it's T-Wave Starmie. Um, this Camerupt is actually really threatening. But I'm wondering how do we get... Wondering how do we get rid of this Starmie. Okay, that's nice. So I guess we T-Wave. I was kind of tempted to boom there, but it's alright. They go to Skarmory. So this is going to be Thief. So I'm going to let him Thief this, because I want to just boom the Registeel, so not super worried about losing lefties on it. And I do have Rapid Spin on Cloyster, which should be able to spin on the enemy Starmie. And I can bring in the enemy Starmie pretty reliably with my Camerupt, so yeah. I mean, Boom is kind of a crazy play. I think we go Cloyster, yeah. Well, we'll spin, yeah. HP Grass will kill me. So I think I go to Mence on the grass. Leech Seed makes sense too. Go to Camerupt on. Okay. Go to Registeel. I just go ahead and explode and hopefully hit it. Oh, that's really bad full pair. That would have been huge for us. Full pair again. Horrendous. Okay, I'm gonna T-Wave. Can't move. Okay. Go to Mence here. Really needed to get the boom off. Would have been massive. We go to Cloy on the Tact. Oh. Didn't even get a lefties off. I think he always goes to... I think that's a terrible play, but whatever. I mean, you need this meta. You need this LOB too. Like, I can get it, but whatever. Now we don't get full parrot, of course. Okay, so if this is CM Bliss, then Tar could win, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm faster than Starmie, but at least I represent. At least I represent. At least I represent Lumberry, so he's not super likely to go for the T wave with Starmie, so I might be able to get a dance off. Okay, we get a dance off here. That's nice. We probably don't kill it, but it is paired, so there's always the chance that we can just like keep on dancing with our guys and just get there with full paras. So Fly will kill. Do I want to risk a dance again? I don't think so. Maybe I should have. Last Montar maybe would have been better than last Mon meant. Okay, I'm happy to see. Yeah, I'm happy to see that. Now we dance. I think we dance again. Yeah. Dance one more time. Dance one more time we could maybe kill. Sax Albigoments maybe is their play. +1 we don't kill, but we could flinch. Yeah, I'm really representing Lumberry. They're like tankier. They may not die though. Okay, go for the flinch. Okay. Probably need one more flinch, but I don't think I can risk the earthquake. Okay, I mean, it's a shame they didn't go to Ments first, because they could rock slide it and then maybe hyper beam and kill. But I have to go for the flinch now. We don't get it. Alright. Let's do one more. Hopefully go positive. I think, yeah, I mean, the full para was really, really rough, but okay, CB. Fair enough. The full para was really, really rough, because if we got the Registeel Boom off onto Starmie, it was pretty much just one. So we see the Camerupt entering on Zap, which is nice. CB Tar, I don't really know what to make of it. Interestingly, it was slower than our Tar. It might have been a speed tie. Usually CB Tar teams are like kind of bouncy, because it needs some support in the form of like Wish or Roma, stuff like that. We'll drop a heh in the chat as a true slop enjoyer. Get the sub off, that's nice. EQ. So, okay, chance to kill. We also get to see what he locks into. Okay, EQ. So it's dead to spikes the next time, that's nice. Go ahead and go to Fence. Go to Cloister. We'll just Ice Beam. I'd like to chip this guy. There might be a Gar. Gar Bliss, that kind of thing. Okay, we get some nice damage off on Zap. We freeze it. Excellent. That's definitely Rest Zap. So I'm gonna get my spin off, then I'll go to Camel. Actually, no, because my only way to hit it is Flamethrower, which wakes it up. So I think I got a Registeel, actually. Maybe this is Superman, to be honest. So I've definitely seen CP Superman before. Do you want to keep Cloy? I think I do. Super good here. So if it's Peck Scarm, I can just come in whenever. One downside of this team that is I don't really like having Cloy on a Tar lead team that much, so it might be interesting just to lead the Cloy, to be honest. Especially in this day and age where everybody's running anti-slot measures. Let's go to Pert, because he might Thief. Yeah. We'll just surf it. There's a Rachi in the back, which would make sense for Superman. I don't ultra need Pert. Okay. It's a nice crit. We'll go back to Registeel. Don't want to risk him waking up and grassing. I honestly don't think it has grass. I'm guessing it's rest, maybe toxic, but getting pretty lucky this game, making up for the previous game. Let's see. All right. Do I want to scout it? We'll just throw off a T-Wave and see what it wants to do. I'm willing to eat T-Wave on my guy. Okay, so it is Wish. I think we'll go to Pert, because Wish Toxic is kind of fake, so probably can't really threaten Pert. Okay, back to Registeel. We'll try to wake it, probably. I can probably go Camo on the Blissey, actually. Next time it comes in, maybe I do that. Camo could threaten it a little bit more. Or I could go to Cloy, because it won't have... It's not going to have T-Bolt, I wouldn't think. So we could get our spin off. Zapdos really wants to be a popsicle for the rest of his life. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, I mean, I'm guessing this is probably Daft for Monopert. I mean, the Go Cloy is really obvious. I think I just stay in and Stoss. Okay. So it's actually faster than EQs, so it may be off pert at 25%. So it's max HP, but so we'll go ahead and rapid spin. Maybe Spike Sack Tar into Go Arrow or something would make some sense, but okay, really tragic game. Like it's fast pert. Would it have tact? I think we just Ice Beam. Okay, it does have tact. I'm gonna boom now. Let's just go to Ments. We'll just fly. Should be pretty wrapped up. We can just boom twice with our guys. Go to Registeel first because it should. Okay, T-waved it. It's excellent. Just Stoss once, see what it's gonna do. Fire Blast. Alright. Alright, I think we just boom. Boom Camel. Alright. So we went 2-1. I'm lagging really bad, so we're gonna call it there. I think the team is pretty decent. I kind of misplayed the game we lost. Probably should have won that one. I might bring this team back in the future because it really does seem interesting to me. I think there's a lot of synergies. So, cool team from Gorgie. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to win the set, but he did win the game. He brought it. So, good luck to him in the third place match, and I'll see you guys next time.